Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. So, shoutouts to the boy Ningen, right? We are doing this in homage to the boy because he's celebrating his birthday today. So, make sure you wish him a happy birthday down in the comments below. But I did wanted to make a community reaction video regarding the newest LR coming into the game, and I knew that our boy Ningen was gonna be a tad busy with, you know, IRL stuff. So I decided to make a post similar to how Ningen does it. So shoutouts to the boy here. We're gonna go ahead and give it a good old shot here with the community reactions, seeing what you guys think regarding the new character coming out in just about a few hours time over here on Dokkan. Of course, we did get the data download, at least on the JP side. We haven't gotten that on the global side yet, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't opened the game earlier this morning. So this is the content that we're going to be getting in about, I want to say, like, eight and a half hours from the time I'm recording this. Okay, so yeah, global did get its data download. Okay, I'm seeing it now. So everything should drop except for the world tournament stuff should drop on Thursday morning, at least for us here. So let's go ahead and check your guys' thoughts and interactions regarding how do you like the Part 2 LR? Maybe you guys don't like it. Let's see. So shouts to the boy Sokodo. It says, gonna have to skip this unit, to be honest. Not worth stones or premium tickets in my opinion, but not terrible, I guess. Though pure stats can only get you so far in the big 2025, especially if Dodgers is disabled. So yeah, like one of the biggest things that this character, the biggest quirk of this character is going to show is that this character needs to dodge a lot in order for him to not only build up this section of his passive here, but promote survivability technically, because this is somewhat being compared to UI Goku in the sense of, oh, UI Goku does a lot of dodges, but you know, UI Goku had something up his sleeve, which was his revive. That was very helpful for him. In any case, this came down to, and in addition to that, he was also able to get some really extra substantial buffs after revive. So delegating this character to just only being a dodge or die unit certainly hurts him a bit, but I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. I do agree that this is a skip. This is just another filler Dokkan Fest, and I feel that for characters, or like not for characters, for players who have summoned and obtained Dokkan Fest Super Baby 1/Super Baby 2, then this is a character that can help that Dokkan Fest. If you didn't get the character, I don't feel that this character has a spot in mind. But there's Dokkan Day. Dokkan Day was able to provide you with some free tickets. So if you guys were able to get those and you get lucky with those free tickets, you will be able to obtain the character hopefully for free if that happens. If not, then yeah. It's not the end of the world if in any case you don't get this character, right? So I do agree. The stats and everything can be a little bit of a harming predicament for this character, considering that he only is able to get his stats once he dodges, and then doing the additional super attacks can help him out, especially when he's greatly raising attack and defense for 3 turns. So but I do agree, yeah, it is a skip for most players. So shouts to Proton, our goat here. Let me just go ahead and start doing these things. Gods for short events that don't deny dodge, but that's it. And I'm still recovering from previous banners, so I'll just use the Dokkan Day tickets and hope for the best. That is my same thought process right now. I'm thinking like Super Baby 1 took me a bit. It took me all the way to pity to get him. But even then, like I want to say I did more than 500 stones for a baby. And I pulled one copy before hitting pity. So I have him at 69% just because I got enough coins to get the pity copy. But yeah, like I'm also still recovering from this. So Dokkan Day tickets and some of the stones that I have are the only things that I got in the bank that are gonna go for this character. So GG if I did not pull them. So Drace, shouts to the boy here. As always, I see people complaining. People say we need to skip, gets the skip and then complains. People say baby needed more help, gets the help and then complains. It's not oob. It's a fine choice, especially for a time slot like this. I mean, there's no escaping that. The community is always going to be non-complacent with what they get, right? If they don't get anything of a good caliber, that's one thing, right? We can complain about the quality of a character, but we cannot, like, they're always going to be complaining about a character's choice for a Dokkan Fest or LR. When I mean, like, character's design, they will complain about that because, let's face it, like, if this is only a character that's only going to be there for dodging, then this character needs a lot of help. He is able to provide support to Corroded Body and Mind category allies, and right here, he is helping Corroded Body and Mind. This is a nice little buff for this team that seemed dead before we got the ECAs or the Rosés, right? These characters right here are really good, those free-to-play Rosés. I'm seeing that these guys are also going to be very, very good. The Super ECA for Majin Vegeta, albeit I don't think we're going to use him a lot on Corroded Body and Mind. He's still an option to put in the team. Spopovich sucks. Super Baby 2, this guy's banned from most events. This Rosé is pretty good, but like at least Corroded Body and Mind is getting some help, right? Which is somewhat the norm that Dokkan needs to pull out of their sleeves, because they need to help all these other categories, right? And the community complaining about it, of course, there's no escaping that. I really never had an instance where I thought, yes, Oob is going to be the main LR for part 2. I never thought of that. However, I would have been surprised if he was. Or I wouldn't have been surprised if he was, because I'm not sort of into the predicting what is the next character. As soon as we get him, I'm like, oh, well, this is a nice choice. Once things for certain, right? You hope you get your money's worth by pulling the character either for free or using stones if the character's good enough or decent enough. Because if the character's not good enough, then you're just wasting your time summoning for a character like this, or summoning for Super Baby 1 / Super Baby 2. So this is a period that people should save their stones, and they're seeing that this is the upcoming character. I suggest you save your stones, because if this is not a character that you're interested in, then I don't see the reason why people should complain about skipping, right? But if people who did summon for Baby and did get him and are trying to look for more assistance on that Corroded Body and Mind team, since it's being very limited, this character will certainly help that fill that slot. So, and it's a pretty nice little choice regarding the time slot that we're in, because people are supposed to be skipping for, you know, anniversary that's coming out in the next few months. I feel as though that should be the norm, because what are you going to do with Super Baby 1? Like, what events are you going to do with Super Baby 1? People can be able to beat some of the missions that do ask for you to use Target Goku or Terrifying Conquerors or Corroded Body and Mind with other characters. Like, I've seen people beat the missions with this team, like the Rosé plus the clones. It's easy. So, yeah, like, you don't need this character. These are characters that you can skip. However, for those people who are fans of GT, for those people who are fans of the Corroded Body and Mind category, I don't see why they should. I don't see why they shouldn't enjoy this release, right? And the complaining it's always gonna happen. So, Lord Wolfgang, how's it going, dude? I love the love for GT I love the love that GT is getting. It doesn't really have that many villains, and Gohan and Goten don't get enough content as a brother team in anything, so I love it. Okay, so that's my same thought process. Like, if you do really enjoy GT, that's another thing, right? I love GT. I feel like it's a nice little, you know, dare I say underrated? I don't want to say that. I want to say underappreciated anime, I would say. And not a lot of people love GT. They love Super Saiyan 4, the form, but they don't love GT, where it came from. So I do understand this. This is good. I want to say that maybe the design of this character turned me off in terms of love for GT, or the love that GT has been getting, but I do love that GT has been getting some love here, so that's good. It's kind of sad that these guys are not on GT bosses, though. That's very upsetting. Unsettling or upsetting. Words, right? Dokkan guy. I think they'll be very strong in the current meta with 2 turns of guaranteed dodge while supporting. However, their damage is low, and being restricted to the corroded body and mind team will make them age horribly. Overall hype unit, and I'm excited to use them. I agree. The meta right now is short form content. Trying to take down these fights within 4 to 10 turns. Let's just say it like that. It's not a lengthy event that you're gonna be in there for like 20 or 50 turns. Do keep in mind that there are some events here and there that can actually just turn you off from using that character, right? Let's say, for example, this Broly. Does he disable dodge all throughout? No. So he disables dodge here. Yeah. Once you get into this final portion of this event, you cannot bring this character in here because they're just going to be reliant on an event that you are able and capable of dodging. However, gamers nowadays are going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to bring this unit into Red Zone Broly and see how they get smooshed and crushed. And I can post it on Twitter how they get absolutely annihilated because I don't know how to read. And particularly saying that I can be able to definitely bring up a character that needs to dodge on an event that can't dodge, right? Like it makes no sense, the the mentality of people. But I don't expect them to age horribly. Like there are going to be events here and there. Like if the 11th year anniversary content is going to be just, oh, you cannot dodge whatsoever, you're screwed. Then yeah, they will age pretty badly, but I feel like they're gonna be fine. They're gonna not age the best, but they're gonna be fine. Goku, how's it going, dude? Don't vibe with it design-wise, kid-wise is pretty decent. I getcha. Brandon, original pick that helps the Dokkan Fest. I like it more like this. This is true. When did we have when was it? Like tournament participants. Cell came out. And it was good to help tournament participants, but PyCon came out, and he was also tournament participants, but I don't think he helped the team. I don't think they synergized, but I think they had a few links that they were able to link up pretty well, but it's like, what are you gonna do with like tournament participants, Cell and PyCon? All right, let me bring out tournament participants here. I think they shared some links here and there, but it's not like, wow, this is amazing. Well, might be even further down below, but I don't know. And even then, this guy needed other World Warriors characters as well. So, good old PyCon. Alrighty. Cartoonish. I love when they dodge until they die. Yeah, pretty simple explanation there. The Cosmicunity. Interesting name. Same as usual, not too bad. People always say the new units like maybe are trash, but everybody I speak to say that they are good and you have gotten them, then they perform fine. I think people's expectations nowadays are just too high for everything. I do agree with this. This is very true. People are like, I wouldn't say that I would want Dokkan Festival Super Baby 1 to be meta breaking or meta changing, right? This is a filler Dokkan Fest. Sometimes we do need to fill in the gaps of these categories that we've gotten and help the bulk of these teams so that they can be able to get some help. Granted, we did get Rose and the Rose clones to help the corroded body and mind, but we haven't had a corroded body and mind leader ever since what? Like a leader per se, like we haven't gotten it since Popovich. You don't want to count Popovich, and there's some Rose. We have a better Rose at home. Janemba, he did get his ECA, but like, yeah, I understand that. And yeah, people's expectations, like people are right now making sure that they get a tremendous character. Let's say, for example, they need to get a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta level TUR. Otherwise, we're not summoning anymore, right? And I do agree. The expectations of people have gone sky high. There's like, if this character that comes out does not come out with the quality of Omega or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like, are we even gonna like sit down and play the game, right? I do understand like the mentality aspect of like, if people do get disappointed by a release, they're like, oh well, this is a character that people should skip. They still summon for the character, and it's like, oh, they suck. I understand if you do not summon for the character, like, you can make your argument. It's like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna use this character, or maybe just seeing footage of other people, right? Because I don't like judging a unit before he comes out and like seeing them in game. It's the same thing what I did with Broly. It's the same thing what I did with Super Baby 1. But yeah, like, people's expectations, they expect a back in the day Tech Gohan levels of broken. Like, that character was immensely good. Or LR Vegeta and Trunks, they expect characters, like, people expect the characters to come out with the caliber of Vegeta and Trunks, or, you know, characters that were meta changing or broken since day one. I do agree, don't make them doo-doo, like, don't make them garbage early on, but do make them self-sufficient, that they can contend with the content that we have nowadays. That's my only tidbit for Dokkan. Like, I want them to be self-sufficient, but I do agree with this. Yeah, like, people keep their expectations mega high. Like, if the character's not doing this, reviving, doing counters, doing a reversible exchange that once you do it, do the active skill and wins you the game, like, we're not playing anymore. It's like, I get that. Jared, how's it going? I think Dokkanners keep expecting the steady Dragon Ball Legends power creep for every release, but that's just how it's in Dokkan. That just isn't how Dokkan operates. It's all about the two main hype celebrations with up and down filler in between. Personally, I'm happy about the pig. I didn't want to do more extreme help. That's one thing, right? Extreme class do need some help, and we've been getting a lot of decent extreme class characters over the course of this year. I don't want to that's the thing. It's completely different with Legends, right? If we do compare it with Legends, you have a Legends limited character who can someone put in the work in the field, right? In PvP. And then we get an Ultra that completely decimates the game, right? We had a rampaging meta on Legends where it was the triple Ultra setup. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Ultra Namek Goku, Ultra Namek Full Power Frieza. You were not able to find a different team even if you matchmake like 30 to 50 times, because that was the meta nowadays. Now we got a new meta that it's gonna still be the triple Ultra setup with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Namek Goku, or Namek Frieza, and Corrupted Fusion Zamasu, right? The meta for Legends is that if you do not summon for the newest character, top of the line, you're not going to survive the meta in PvP. In Dokkan, where it's just, you have events that specific characters are able to knock down and take down, and some of these characters come in with the details and the kit and caliber that they come in is not self-sufficient enough to like try to take down some of these harder fights, then you're in big trouble. The game is in big trouble. I don't feel like Dokkan players should look at this mentality like, oh, you should keep an eye out for how the meta is going to be changing. Just the same thing as Legends, right? Summoning for it's like saying summon for every single LR that comes out, because every single LR is just going to be dominating. Do not summon on any single Dokkan Festival character, because Dokkan Festival characters will suck down the line. But there are instances where Dokkan Festival characters are even better than LRs. It's just the way it works, right? But I do agree with this. Like, if people are expecting that power creep, I would turn them down, because it's not the way that Dokkan is heading. Dokkan most likely will have to change their mentality on how they design TURs and LRs. Because the meta that we have nowadays is just like, if you do not take the GT Heroes team, or the Omega team, or Rose's team to try to knock down or like the fused fighter team with Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, or a combination of all of them, if you don't do that to take down the new fights, you're gonna have a difficult time. But it's harder, but you can still do it with the other teams, right? Another thing that people expect is like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this or every single other event with no items. People do that, and it's like, oh, well, this character just sucks. It's like, no, because you can use items. That's another discussion for another day. But Spraddle Cakes, how's it going? I think they are a fine unit for what they are, meant to run with Baby and the free-to-play possessed characters. Dodge, give a little support. Good choice for the part 2 for Baby. That is true. I agree. Pretty straightforward. Dark Shadow, easily the most skipped unit of all time. I agree. If you did summon for Super Baby 1 and you got him, you do not need this character. If you want to run Corroded Body and Mind, then I do agree this character can help. But it is easy, a very easy skip. I do agree with that. Redux, I think they look like a lot of fun, very solid. Not the biggest fan of the reliance of dodge, but hey, as long as they dodge, right? Yeah, as long as they dodge. I love the Corroded Body and Mind buffs, and these guys are made for that team, not doo-doo. Baby, Possessed Bros, Trunks, Vegeta, or Majin Vegeta, Rose, and a free-to-play. That's good. I feel like this guy has already his team set up and ready to go. So, shouts to Mouse. It's fun when you don't have a Twitter user constantly yelling at that the game is dead. Well, it has been a slow, steady pace. Not one that we would like, because, you know, as for content creators, we're just like, we need the content to come in, right? But yeah, I do agree with that. Trinks says, I'm super excited as he changed his profile picture to the new character. Sure. Creative name. I've been waiting for this unit. I've been waiting this unit for years, I'm assuming. Yeah, like people have been waiting for years to get like a character like this, or representation for this character, a summonable one at least, in this game. So I do agree. This is a weighted character for most people, so it's good to have. Jedis, I'm sorry. Looks like a solid, fun unit, and hopefully the free-to-plays are good. That way we could have a good roster of 3 free-to-plays. Baby, the Solar, and Vegeta. Hopefully they cook like they did with the clones. Thankfully, these free-to-play characters are really good, I would say. They help out. They have their strengths and their weaknesses here and there, but they help out a lot. And of course, you're gonna put these guys as floaters because they're gonna be providing some extra buffs in there. So I would say that this is very good. I do like what they did with the free-to-play characters. One of each have their different quirks, and if they're useful on these runs, on fights, like, go ahead, dude, do it. Use these characters to your advantage so they can be helpful on that team, and it fills in the gaps of some of the characters that you need to make the team better, right? Saro, I think this guy's a Spanish-speaking character, dude. Yeah, I'll make sure to leave him a message that you don't need to worry about the Spanish or like the English. It's probably the worst 2025 release in LR. Yep, worse than LR Serious PyCon, because the meta has been very hard. Has very hard events with dodge canceling, and without dodge, they are absolutely mid. See, I would not say that. The worst LR this year? No, I wouldn't say that. There have been some really bad LRs. I wouldn't say that this guy is bad. Of 2025, most likely, yes. But I wouldn't say that these guys are horrible. They have their own trait. They know what they're doing. You're gonna take them on that's the thing, right? If you take them on content that basically does not allow you to dodge, then you made a mistake. You just replace the character. I do understand that they want to help the team out, but you do not want to put a character that has dodge canceling, like a fight that has dodge canceling properties, and bringing a dodge unit into that fight. You do not want to do that. It's like saying, I'm gonna bring UI Goku into Broly, and on the final phase, I'm going to depend on his revive because that's what he's good for, right? People have been doing that. I understand that, but I wouldn't say worst release of 2025 in LRs. There have been some pretty bad LRs this year. Let's see. Does this give me the recent? Do I dare say that these guys are better than Evolution Blue Vegeta? I hate it. I love Gohan. They might be better than Gohan. I don't know. But again, they're meant for a very specific role. And if people do take that role non-ceremoniously with what they are going to be doing, they're gonna suck for you. So I don't agree with this, but I do understand the sentiment there. Big Gus, amazing animations, and rightfully so. This unit is debatably the best animated episode on GT. That is true, right? I do love this section of the animation. Just dragging Vegeta through the street. That animation looks pretty cool. I like it. Let's go over here to Daz. Really good choice of a character for a yellow coin LR. I think their animations are solid too. Be interested to see their stats in-game to assess their performance, but having 2 guaranteed turns of 100% dodge is brilliant in the events that you can dodge, and that's a perfect assessment right there. Pretty good. I would say that this is a really good yellow coin alone, yeah. And it's a good choice too. It's helping the character, helping the new Dokkan Fest. The animations are pretty good, and I would like to see how they work in game in order for me to just make a fruitful decision whether they are like really, really good or just they suck, right? But this is a nice mindset to have. Oh, Raditz DLC. I'm actually excited. I love when Dokkan releases unique characters you usually don't see in other Dragon Ball video games. Wish they were a stacker though, not gonna lie. I do agree. I mean, they are raising attack and defense by 3 turns, right? So as long as they're doing a couple of attacks here and there. I think I was able to see a screenshot of somebody seeing like 3 million defensive stats. I don't know if they were able to dodge everything, but I mean, we'll see. Again, that's another thing. Like, some of these characters might be useful if they get dupes, right? Maybe to help with their dodge, or just put them full dodge. I don't know. We'll have to see once we get down the line and see some of these showcases. I'm confused. Sorry. I'm confused on why people are crying about a yellow coin LR not being not hype. We just had 70 Gogetas. I mean, technically we didn't. We had 4 Gogetas, perhaps a little less. But again, people will complain about everything. There's no explanation or no conclusion to that statement. Metallico, I hope everyone saves their stones. Not me. We will be summoning, of course. Hamter, of course, with a gift reaction, not to contributing to what I need, but sure. Something random, of course. Just I think he uninstalled the game. Are you asking me that you want to install a game? I don't know. Rain, pretty solid. Just your casual modern yellow coin LR. Yep, I agree. Nessa says, absolutely banger choice. Totally invested in something that's not from the typical expected pool. This community is always going to cry over things no matter what, so might as well do cool stuff. I agree. That's a good mentality to have. Nice. Hello, Tech Broly. He showed up. They are perfectly fine as a part 2 LR to Baby Vegeta celebration, but unfortunately there's just no point running them since Omega's team is just a better version of Baby's team and the possessed hybrids aren't on Omega's team. Granted, I do agree, because these guys are only on Corroded Body and Mind, but they're not on GT bosses. They're not on Inhuman Deeds. What other leads do Omega have? If we look at Omega here real quick, like, they don't have power absorption, do they? No. So, this is wrong. You're saying there's no point in running them since Omega's team is just a better version of Baby's team and the possessed hybrids aren't on Omega's team. Okay, but for people who did summon for Baby Vegeta, this helps Baby Vegeta's team. I understand that people are not gonna, again, this is a no-brainer. If you do not pull for Super Baby 1 / Super Baby 2, I suggest people should not summon for this guy. Just putting it straight up. Do not summon for this character. Use the free tickets if you do get them. Maybe eventually you'll get Baby in a different banner. This guy should be coming back maybe the Dokkan Fest after the anniversary. We'll see. But I legitimately don't think this is not like, yeah, Omega's team. You can use Omega's team and you can run a GT bosses setup. I do hate that these guys are not on GT bosses, but this is not to help GT bosses. This is to help Corroded Body and Mind, which Baby leads Super Baby 1. And the free-to-play units are going to be there to help them out too, in terms of links, in terms of providing support, things like that. I feel like these guys are going to be good. So I do not understand like the whole reasoning of like, oh, they're not on Omega's team, so there's no point in running them. And I do understand that Omega's team right now is like possibly one of the best teams ever, but they're trying to build on Corroded Body and Mind. They're trying to help Corroded Body and Mind. And with it, they're just, that's the existence of this character, to help Corroded Body and Mind. So, but I do agree. I guess people do have the preference of, you know, Omega's team. I do understand that. Tina says, legit data large summarizes how you feel about Dokkan right now. Can't predict doo-doo, but what does come out is pretty damn neat. I do agree with that. Like, this is a cool LR, I would say. The concept of the just having this card as an LR before Kid Buu. Jesus, it's interesting, right? But it's a filler celebration, right? People are not going to be fully invested on a filler celebration like this. They're going to take advantage of all the events that we're going to get, of all the missions that we're going to do. Now, if this is a character, let's say for example, right? Because we had this before. Let's look at the cards we've gotten recently. If we look at this celebration, where we had Dokkan Festival, where the heck is he? He's back here. Where we had this Dokkan Festival Tau. If we look at the celebration that this guy had, and you look at the related events that we had, like, oh, yeah, Mercenary Tau is just absolutely broken. He's nuts. Okay, that's good. You know, you guys been seeing the Tau memes and the conversations on social media is like, oh my god, ever since Tau came in, he broke the game. Tau has killed the game. No, there's an actual like filler celebration that provided some good buffs to a new category, mission execution, and provided help because there was a new event that came in, and it's called Million Arena. For those people who did pull this character and went ahead and summoned for this character, they were able to do pretty good on Million Arena because they summoned for the new character. Now, if Dokkan is going to be the same scummy as they were when Tau released, I would imagine they would do a mission with the final stages of the Cataclysmic Impact event, right? This event where like the Great Apes and stuff like that show up. They would do that event, and they will have you pick characters like Super Baby 1 / Super Baby 2, this character, and these free-to-play characters to say, oh, you need to build me a Corroded Body and Mind team in order for you to beat them. And the only way that you can be able to do this, because some of these other characters won't help, is that this particular character, not specifically named, right? This particular character can do good, right? Those are the options there, man. Like, I wouldn't say like they are tailor-made for like an event, just like Tau and Tien were. But imagine that. Imagine if they were. This is a filler celebration, so you either summon for them. Let's try to get lucky with the free tickets. If you don't get them, don't worry. They're gonna be back. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry. So yeah, I will do my should you summon later as well, just to talk about whether you should summon or not. But I think this was good. This was a nice little discussion. Shout out to everybody who was able to contribute. Let me see if there were any quote tweets. No. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who was able to put their inputs in here. And if you guys did not have any inputs on Twitter, because maybe some of you don't have Twitter, and if you would like to contribute your thoughts and opinions regarding this LR, let me know down in the comments below. I will be happy to read them and check them out. So this guy comes out again in around 7-ish, 6.5 hours, I believe. Comes out at 1 a.m. my time, so we will be summoning, of course. I'm not gonna do live summons. I'm just gonna wake up at my usual time, do my summons, and go to work, either sad or happy. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think of the part 2 Gohan and Goten Possessed LR. If you guys didn't put any inputs in here on this tweet, I would like to know your thoughts as well. And hopefully, if you guys are summoning with the free tickets, hopefully, I wish you the best of luck. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Dokkan content, and I will see you guys all, hopefully, in the next video.